speed in which I am zooming through House, kind of concerning. On the last episode, season 5, speaking of, I thought that House's head in Wilson's heart was the end. I was like, oh, there's no way that I'm ever going to get hurt to this degree ever again in this show. Nobody wanted to tell me about 520. No one wanted to tell me about the episode, simple explanations. Rude. I was a mess yesterday. My brother came in there. I was gasping. I was holding everything together. He said, what just happened? And so I told him, and he was like, weren't you just crying a few days ago? I said, yeah, I was, and I'm probably gonna cry again knowing this dang show. Anyway, so that's great. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. Hey, how into a show do you get? Let me ask you that. Because when I was younger, I used to get so into it that I would want my walls plastered with everything. And I've kind of compacted it into more, we used to move a lot when I was little. How old am I? I don't know. I tend to forget my birthday because I don't care about it, but I am 23. And in that time of being alive, we've moved about 13 times. So this has a point. I don't like to have a lot of stuff on my walls. If you'll notice, bare. I've got literally those things, and that's it. I don't like, because it's hard when you take things. When you have a lot of stuff and trinkets, you just don't, and you move a lot, there's no point in it. The only thing I have a lot of things, I have a lot of are books. Because of me not wanting to have anything up, the thing that I have, wallpapers. I put what I like now on my screens, on my laptop, on my phone, on my iPad, and one moment, because I'm so into freaking House MD and The Pet. What is it with medical dramas? Why did they get me sucked in? I don't know. Because I want to understand more. Like, I want to be able, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Yes, I do. I'm kind of obsessed right now. So I've literally I've started to watch medical YouTube, and I've been looking up terminology. Literally, I've got 2 pages. Wait. This is I have 3 pages covering hypertension, just basic stuff, so that way I get a gist of it. And then I have 2 full pages of the basic, just prefixes and suffixes of medical terminology. That's all this book is going to be. No. I also plan on doing some of my language stuff in here as well. So I'm doing Greek, Russian, French, Italian right now. So I'll put that in this. Yeah. Oh my god. Have you guys read any of The Wild Robots? And we read the first one, and then I got my brother the second one for his birthday, and then my mom just got him the last one. They're super easy reads. They're not long because they're children's books. When I say super easy, this is literally a chapter. You see that? It's 1 page. Technically, like 1 full page, because there's like this amount and then there's this amount. It's so good. Anyway, I love Roz. I'll say, hey girl. Books that I have beside my bed that I'm flipping through currently, I'm rereading a fic. I'm reading a lot right now. I want to ingest a lot at this time, because I'm kind of overstimulated mentally right now. Which you would think, okay, well, why don't you just chill out? I can't. I don't want to chill out. If I chill out, the thoughts happen. Thoughts that I don't necessarily want to happen. So, The Wild Robot escapes. I recommend. We also got the whole Spiderwick Chronicles books set, and I love that series. Another journal. This is not the medical journal. This is a different journal. This one I will, however, be using for probably actually journaling, because I'm almost out in my other journal for journaling thoughts. The Odyssey. Funnily enough, I tried to get my brother to read this because I'm like, he likes the Song of Achilles. He loves the Song of Achilles. That's his favorite book ever. He's read that multiple times. I was like, brave soul. I could only read that book once, and I was devastated. Anyway, I was like, if you like Odysseus, you'll like and I've also gotten him to listen to, this has no point. I'm just going to show you the books. The Odyssey. Crime and Punishment. Wild. What the frick? This guy's crazy. I love him. The Metamorphosis and Other Stories. Well, the first time I ever read this was in college. We had to read it for a literary class, and I was like, dang, that's wild. The first story in here, I said Kafka. That was really good. Before the Law, I recommend this. It's a short one. Again, it's like a page long, but it's very good. So if you want a page long thing, short story, Before the Law by Franz Kafka is very good. Phantom of the Opera. And also, whenever I got these, we were in New York when I got these. And I'm pretty sure they have these exact same ones here. But it's just the fact that they're from New York, you know, that I was like, I'm going to get them from here. American Psycho, because it feels like, why not? This one is a mix of reading it physically and then listening to it when I run. The Happiness Trap. This one is more like homework more than anything. I'm on chapter 5. It's homework for my therapist. It's not very fun, but I've got to do it. You got to do a lot of stinking exercises in this thing, and they're very self-reflective. Like you have, and I'm like, I don't want to, but I'm going to. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just hard to. Like, I want to, but I also, there's a conflict inside of me. I'm like, yeah, you got to do this. I'm like, yeah, but, and I'm like, yeah, just do it. This is fun. I don't like the thought of being affected by these things. Like, whenever my mom's like, oh, yeah, but you, trauma or whatever. And I say, obviously I'm not traumatized by anything that ever happened, ever. I say that and then have a breakdown at therapy talking about things. And she's like, hey, you might have... I said, hey. There's no way. Look at me. Do I look traumatized? I have to joke about it. I had therapy here yesterday via telehealth. And our walls are thin at this house. You hear everything. You hear everything and everybody. So... my brother was in the living room yesterday while I was in here in the confines of my room at my desk. Oh my God, I'll show you my desk. At my desk, I made that bolster. Where is it? I made that bolster out of some yarn. But my desk and my yoga blocks. Fun stuff. Anyway, so I was sitting there doing my therapy as one does. And when I got out, brother said, I heard you laugh. You were laughing. Was it a good session? I said, no. Well, it wasn't that it was good or bad. I just laugh whenever I say things that are not... If I don't laugh, I'm not going to say what's uncomfortable. That's the only way I can have uncomfortable conversations with my therapist is if I laugh at the situation. And she never laughs with me. And he said, well, you must have been having quite a few uncomfortable conversations. I heard you laugh a lot. And I said, I don't know. Do you know what? Just be happy that I'm speaking about them. Just be happy that I'm talking. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Oh, and this is my journal. Got this one from New York too. This is really nice. Don't go down on me. I mean, depending on if it's house, he can. The regular pages, and this is what I mean. I've almost used up all the regular pages with actual journaling. And then there's these pages. I don't know what I'm going to use these for. And then there's these. They're like, you can tear the page in half because they're kind of like cards. So, I don't know, but I'm almost done with this. So that's when I'm going to start using that one. Yep. Anyway, House's Head and Wilson's Heart. Best piece of anything. Oh my God, that actually cemented the fact that this show is probably going to be my top show ever to ever watch. It has dethroned Supernatural because I love Supernatural. It was very good and it has been at a top placement for a long time for me. Oh, somebody's leaving. Ever since 2013, but it's not there anymore. It's not the top one. This is the top one. House. And I've always liked this. Like, since I started watching this show, I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I have put it at my top 5, but it wasn't, like... But The House's Head and Wilson's Heart just bumped it up immediately to a 1. I said, oh God, this is the best piece of anything I've consumed for a while. It is so good. TV show wise. Supernatural's still high, but the ending of Supernatural is so not great for me personally. I didn't like the ending, so it's not a 10 out of 10 for me anymore. This show, however, is so good. I thank you for everybody who recommended this for me. Thank you. One thing, my therapist had asked me yesterday, she's like, oh, is there anything you're looking forward to? And I'm not gonna lie, there's still some things that I'm not completely 100% honest about in terms of that with her, because I still feel like we gotta fill each other out. I'm like, I don't know you that well. I'll be honest about some things, but when it comes to little bitty trivial things like, oh, do you have anything to look forward to this week? I didn't want to say, just gonna watch my man House. But that's about it. I've literally been looking forward to watching this show and taking my little notes and doing all that fun stuff. There's an axolotl on the pink stairs. Is an axolotl supposed to be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. I usually wake up at 3. That's usually when my alarm goes off, but I woke up at 2:30 today. And you ever wake up early before your alarm and you're like, might as well just stay awake. Like your body's already like, I'm fine. So I woke up at 2:30 today. And I was able to watch another full episode of House because I had started it last night and then I just finished it this morning, so I had enough time to do that. And then I remembered, I was like, oh crap, I gotta do this video. And then I also remembered, I also have a long run day today. I'm always running on Fridays, it seems, long days. Let me show you. There was a turtle. I was walking from somewhere and I saw a turtle on the road and I decided to call him Franklin. But Monday. So I saw him Monday. Look at the little guy. He's so cute. He was literally so tiny. So I brought him home and showed my brother, and then I asked my brother if he would go take him to, there's a pond literally 50 feet from us. He said, yeah, I'll go do that. So he went and put him back in the pond. But I love turtles. I used to have a lot of turtles. And this is what I mean by I don't think I'm traumatized. And then I'd say something and it's like, hey, this might be a bad thing. But when I was younger, I used to have a lot of turtles. And then one of my cousins came and was like, oh my God, watch this. And literally stomped them to death in front of me. And I was like, and I'm sure that in no way affected me at all. Like, there's no impact from that. Anytime I see a turtle in the road, because that's where I found him, was in the road, I said, oh my God. I run over and I pick him up and I move him. Last summer, I probably picked up and moved about at least 2 to 3 turtles a week when I was out running, because they would always be in the road. And they never went fast enough. And I said, you have got to stop. You have got to stop crossing the road. You stay over here, or at least when the road's not busy. And I was like, well, how would they know? So that's probably my favorite thing about running outside, actually. As much as I mean, there's other reasons why I love running outside, but another thing is there's so many animals that I see, and there's been plenty of time where I've seen deer, doe, and their bebes, their fawns, and I say, you do not cross the street. I yell at them so they don't cross the street, because I have come across too many deer on the side of the road, and I cry almost every single time. Go back into the safety of not here. This, dangerous. They almost run me over and I'm bigger than you. They don't even care about me. There's no way they care about you. I do though, so you need to leave and go back the way you came from. Please, turtle. Please. So saving turtles is pretty much one of the ways that I feel like I contribute just a bit. I'm like, nobody else is saving these turtles. Why not? People don't slow down for animals. They don't care. And I think that's frustrating. What do you mean? You can't slow down for an extra minute or two and let this animal pass or get out and help the thing? No, you're so busy. Oh my God. me and my brother had started back up on playing Black Ops 6. Yes, zombies. And oh my god, Shadowed Veil, is that what it is? Shadowed Veil. The new thing that just came out with the T-Rex as the boss fight, for the Easter egg, we've gotten pretty far. I think on average we can make it to around 30 or 33, but we recently, like just for the first time, we were going through and it was a good run. And he said, I think that we could maybe get to the boss fight. I said, okay. I was so tired. 2 hours we played on this map. Both of us got over 1,000 kills, and he does everything on the Easter egg. If he needs me to hold a zombie while he goes and does things, we keep one alive, and I just babysit that thing. But so he went and he did all the steps, and we got to the boss fight. I was so tired. I wasn't mentally prepared for the dang thing. I was thrown for a loop because Richtofen came back briefly. I said, oh my god, it's Richtofen. It's not my Richtofen. It's not my boy. It's not him from, 3. Oh my god. I said, where's your mustache? Where's your mustache? That's not my boy. I like Takeo, Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey. I think that they're funny. I think that they're great. I miss them. The new players for the Black Ops games, I don't really have any sort of attachment to any of them. I'm not like, they're just, their lines don't hit the same. You can't get connected to them. There's probably people that are, but so I got curious one day, big flip, and I searched just to see. I was like, I bet there's fan fiction of the boys. There is. I said, wow. Intriguing. I might have to check that out one day. One day, not today. They're fictional. They're fictional characters. I'm gonna read what I want to read. So I watched the episode. I seen the episode. Oh my god, House gets straddled so much in the show, and I want that to be me. I want to do that, but no. Santal. But anyway, he gets straddled a lot, and I think that should be me. I would have done a good job. You wouldn't even have had to pay me. I would have done that for free, right? I would have done that for free, happily, too. I would have been so convincing. They'd been like, hey, you really look like you're enjoying this. I said, yeah, because I am. So, yeah. I'm on the last episode of season 5 right now. Cuddy and House just, And I said, this is great. Today is Friday. I know it's April showers, bring May flowers, but the showers are too much at the moment. There's so much rain, and I love rain. I would prefer if it would rain after I ran, though, but instead it's raining during the times that I would run, so I have to run on the treadmill, which isn't that bad. It's just hot. It's more hot in the garage than it would be if I was outside, so I'm like, hey, could we maybe rain after I'm done? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't, though. So it's better to just be safe. Safe than sorry. I'll just go ahead and run on the treadmill. Oh, I did see a post recently talking about older men that this person found attractive. They're like, oh, I love older men. And, they give you your typical Hugh Jackman, Michael B. Jordan, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. And then they continue. They go down. Jose Pedro Bombasada Pascal. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Steph Curry. I said, whoa, you're not an actor. How are you? Why are you here? I know why he's there. He's actually pretty fine. But it just threw me for a loop, because never have I ever seen a thing where somebody says, oh, I like older men, and then it's an athlete. Very rarely do I ever see athletes be put into that category. It's usually, always, 9 times out of 10, an actor. Oh my god, speaking of athletes, do you know who is fine? JJ Redick, the coach for the Lakers. He's actually pretty good looking, not gonna lie. Jason Tatum, though, he's also very good looking. People probably are like, hey, who do you go for? I'm like, listen, I like basketball just as a whole. I have teams that I do like more than others, but as a whole, I just like watching. I just like watching the basketball games. I think that it's fun. I think, obviously, I am partial to the Thunder because I live in Oklahoma, so it's like, hey, Thunder. Also, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a freaking baller, so that's phenomenal. We watched the Lakers and the Thunder play whenever they were down. the weekend before last, I think, or the week before last. That was a good game. It was really good. So we saw Luka Doncic. We saw LeBron James, Austin Reeves play. That was really good. That was a good game. That was a really good game. The Thunder came in and was like, "Nah, you beat us last time. We're gonna win this time," and they did. I said, "Good job, good job." But I had fun. I had a hoot just watching both of them. And then there was a guy behind us talking trash the whole time, like the whole time. And I was like, "Whoa, dude, you're not even playing." That annoys the crap out of me when people start talking trash about, and it's usually men. They say, "Oh, this guy's an awful player." I said, "Sir, he's in the NBA. Even the worst, the person that you think is the worst NBA player is still in the NBA. And you're not. You're back here with us in the nosebleeds. You're literally in the very last row. So, think about it." And they're trying their best. I don't know. Why can't you just enjoy the game? You have to talk trash. There's no need. I've never been a trash talker, though, so I can't understand. I did. I played basketball, soccer, baseball, not softball, baseball. I did track during the off season of basketball, which was required. And I've just never been a trash talker. I've been slapped before in a game, and I've had a ball thrown at the back of my head. Both times, I just cried because I couldn't understand what. I was like, "What the frick? Why did you do that?" My mom, however, was not like me. She wanted to go fight that child, and she actually got kicked out of a soccer complex, like banished. They said, "You cannot come back for the rest of this tournament. You're gone." And I was like, "Gosh, Mom, it's not that bad. All they did was slap me." She was like, "Yeah, but..." I said, "Whoa. Oh my God, look at his little hands. Oh my goodness. They're crossed so politely. So polite. So sweet." Let's see what the edit is. What's the edit? Whoa. Why are you so loud? Oh my God, I need him. I would treat him so well. He's literally my type. Oh my God. If you look like him, hit me up. If you look like him, hit me up. If you are him, hit me up. If I'm your type, okay? I'm not just saying. That's the thing. I'm always like, "Oh my God." Actually, I'm not always like, "If you look like this, hit me up." This is like the first time I've ever been like, "Hey, if you look like this, hit me up." Serious inquiries only. And also, don't lie to me. Don't try to catfish me like, "Oh yeah, I look exactly like that, and it's a picture of Hugh Laurie." Fibber. You silly goose. I know it's not you, Laurie, but I'm correct. Oh my God, but no, he's just my type. It's so infuriating whenever I like both the actor and the character that they play. Characters, because it just leads to a whole new level of neediness, like desire. Like, it's crazy. If I just have a thing for an actor and not the character, that's fine. Like, I could handle that. Or if I have a thing for the character but not the actor, which is rare, but it happens sometimes. I've got to get ready to go run. I won't take a bath. Won't take a big. You know those big? Oh my God, what are they called? I had the name and then it left my brain. Something flies. They look like mosquitoes, but they're not mosquitoes. Oh my God. Crane flies. Crane flies. There's a whole bunch of those suckers out. I don't like them. They freak me out. They scare the heck out of me. They're not dangerous in any capacity. They just... And I'm like, "Whoa, back up, stay away from me." Here's the thing. With any insect or bug, I'm fine with as long as they keep their distance. Don't cross into my bubble. If you cross into my bubble, then we will have issues. But if you stay, then that's fine. Just don't cross into my bubble. But sometimes they do, and then I have to run away because I freak out. Hip, leg, joint, pain. Not pain, just achy. Anyway, I'm going to go run. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. So what is it? The 25th. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Yep. Oh, I love you. Artie loves you. Bye.